Hello and welcome to Epic. So glad that you joined me tonight. You know, we're talking about building a life that goes beyond what we've ever could have imagined before now. Because now is the time to think about what's beyond us. What comes next? You know, we just had the election. Nobody knows who won. Nobody knows who's going to win maybe for a few days. But here's the thing I want you to know, that you are the winner here. Not in the election, but in life, because you have the opportunity that no matter what the circumstances are around us, you have the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of other people through your life, from your life, out of your life, that you have a life of absolute significance. And if I can convince you of that and get you to envision moving beyond where you are to where you could go, wow, what could we do? What could we see? What could we impact? What kind of difference could we make? You know, always during history, people have had visions for things that were beyond them. I talked a couple weeks ago about the Wright brothers and how if they had not had the vision there on the Carolina coast of building that frame airplane with fabric wings and get off the ground for 17 seconds, we would have never had even the things that we have today. Even things that are now historic. I mean, somebody had to have a vision for things to make them happen. What can you have a vision for to make happen in somebody's life? Over the next few weeks, I want to be your partner in building toward 2021. I want you to begin to see 2021 as an opportunity that you've never had before. I want you to be able to see yourself breaking out and going over and doing things that you've never done before. And I'm not just talking about, just running a marathon. I'm talking about something that makes a difference for other people, because your life was created for impact. Your life was created to make a difference. None of us are here by accident. None of us are here just by happenstance. We are here on purpose, and you have a meaning given to you from your Creator. And here's how you begin to turn the corner. You begin to ask yourself that question: what am I here for? What is my why? You know, Mark Twain said this, and I've said this quote many times. The two most important days in our life are the day that we're born and then the day that we find out why. And I don't care what age we are. I don't care where we are on the continuum spectrum of life. Even if you only have 5 days left in your life, you can make a difference in somebody else's life. But what if you have 5 years? Or what if you have 15 years? Or what if you have 25 years left to do something significant with your life? Well, you got to start now. And I want to start with you. And how it begins is by beginning to discern your desires. Discerning your desires. What is it that I really feel like could make a difference in somebody's life from my life? And where you start with, as I've already shared, but maybe you didn't hear it, start with, what can make a difference in my life? What is it from my story that I have learned, from my experience that I have learned, that's made a difference for me going forward? That's where maybe you start. Maybe it's your pain that turns into someone else's gain. Maybe it's your test that turns into a testimony that makes a difference in somebody's life. Maybe it's your mess that becomes your message. So you start with desire. And after you start with desire, you begin to focus in on that desire, articulate it, define it, write it down, write it 4 different ways, write it frontwards, write it backwards. And then after desire, you begin to ask God to speak into it, because faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the words, the communication, the expression of God in our life. So as we begin to move toward this end, I want to move you toward faith. And here's the thing about faith. We're not talking about faith in God. It's great to have great faith in God, but the Bible tells us that we have to have our own faith and to have the faith of God, where we begin to speak things into existence that weren't there. It doesn't mean, it's not a hocus pocus. All of a sudden a dove, arrives in your hand, or, flowers come out of your wrist on the other side. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about significance that comes out of your life. And it comes through having faith, being able to see something happen that hasn't happened yet, being able to see something manifest that nobody has experienced yet in your life or for your life, that you haven't experienced yet. kind of got excited in this time that we've had together tonight. But here's what I want to say to you, that there's something about starting with a desire that's put in your heart from your Creator, that the way He's led you on your path of life, the things that you've experienced, and then begin to have the confidence. That's where faith starts, with confidence. The confidence that God wants to do something in you, and you begin to get an expectation or a hope of something happening in your life. I hope you're tracking with me during these days. I can't wait. When we meet Friday, I'm really going to jump off the deep end in faith and not go back to desire anymore. I've got to go forward, but I want to share this with you. I want to give it to you, and I want to say to you, let's do this together and have an epic life that we experience, that we participate in, where we imagine, which we're going to get to later on, and where we create something together. God bless you. Have a great week. Bye-bye.